And hello, hello, hello. This is Chuck Webster. I enjoyed about a half hour ago the HITSM tweet chat finished. It was about personal health records. And in a half hour from now, Jimmy Vanagan is going to be talking about direct primary care. And so I decided to have a Blab kind of in between. And I even said in my blog post about this, I said, if nobody shows up, I'll just leave it running and I'll get some work done. And then I even tweeted, I'm getting pathetic there. I said, it's okay. If you have work, just be on the Blab with me and we can both just work. It'll be like co-working, you know? And so anyway, Joe showed up, Joe Lavelle, Resultant on Twitter. And he interviewed me last year about workflow. He has roots in workflow, but and so he has endeared himself to me both because of the workflow connection and because he showed up. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here alone. And so, in order to pay him back, I happen to know that he is also getting into blabbing. I think he joined a Blab a week or two ago, and it was the ideas were flying back and forth. And Joe was talking about the potential of Blab and how it related to podcasting and so forth. And because I follow him, I got a notification that he scheduled a Blab for Monday at noon Eastern Standard Time. And I believe the title is Healthcare Podcasters. And so now I'm going to put Joe on the spot. Could you please tell us a little bit about what you're going to be up to and why we should come and throw peanuts at you from the peanut gallery? Maybe even take a seat.
Well, sure, Jeff. I'm fascinated with Blab, and that's why when you first started getting interested, I've kind of lurked and followed and seen what you were doing. And over the past couple of months, some other healthcare podcasters and I have been trying to find ways to work together and to do things together because we feel like there's strength in numbers. And that combined with what we really feel like is great potential for Blab, we decided to start a Blab. We're going to start Mondays at noon Eastern Time for an hour and just get together and talk about some of the interesting things we've seen during the week, healthcare topics. We'll take turns being the host. So I'll host on Monday. Janet Kennedy will host the next week. Todd Urey will host the next week. Then Jared Johnson. And we'll go back and forth, or we'll take turns as being the host, but the others of us will participate on current events of the week, on maybe we interviewed a really interesting guest that we want to bring on and let them join too, that kind of thing. Kind of give a video life to all our podcasts and to the current events in healthcare that we're all covering that could use another means to promote and another means for people to get feedback and talk about. The other thing we want to do is preview our upcoming guests. So if, for example, if I told you I was interviewing the head of a workflow company, you could say, why don't you ask them X, Y, or Z about work? And so that's the idea. We'll do this weekly. On Monday, we'll change the times if it turns out we find a better time, but we're going to start Monday at noon and have a bunch of fun. Those guys are all pros. I'm riding their coattails. They're all great interviewers. They're great marketers. And I'm, a former HIT consultant who loves to learn and loves to talk to really smart people. So that's my interest in the whole deal.
Well, super. I'm looking forward to attending.
Great. We'll be glad to have you.
Well, let's see. I think that's the end of this short little 5-minute segment in terms of recording. And I'm going to help you out by loading this to YouTube and tweeting it out and copying you. And that's what I'm going to do for you. How about that, Joe?
That's awesome. Thank you, Joe.